I loved Superman. When I was 6 years old, I knew everything there was to know about Superman. I knew how to hold my hands like this for takeoff. And I knew those magic words, up, up and away! And every night at 6 o'clock, I would turn on the radio and listen while Quaker Oats brought me 15 minutes of Superman. I'd put on my blue pajamas. I put on my mother's red tablecloth. I tied it around my neck so it could kind of flap out into the air while I ran around the room. And then I would bounce on my brother's bed. And I would bounce. And I would bounce. And I would fly straight across the room. Well, practically. Well, partway. There were some pillows in the middle to catch it. But I was getting better. I was getting much better. All I needed was a real Superman suit. With a real letter S on the shirt. Well, Christmas was coming. And Santa Claus, I knew, brought presents to Jewish kids, too. He wasn't prejudiced. I'd write to him. Dear Santa, please bring me a real Superman suit with the letter S on the shirt. I am a good boy. I don't hit my brother much. Sorry, Bobby Reiser. Well, just to make sure that my parents mailed this letter, I reminded them every day at breakfast. Santa's going to bring me a Superman suit. And they would say to me, we'll see. That's the answer the kids hate. We'll see. It could mean yes, it could mean no, it could mean anything in the world. But I knew it had to mean yes, because Santa Claus, he knew how much I wanted this suit. You know, I had my first flight all planned out. We lived on the 5th floor. And from my window, you could look out over Ocean Parkway, over the cars and over the trees and everything. Well, when I get that suit, first thing I would do is fly past my best friend, Billy Davis's apartment. Hi, Billy! Bob, is that you? Nah, it's Superman! And then I fly around in front of the building where all the mothers were with the baby carriages. Hi, Mrs. Danzig! Bobby, is that you? Nah, it's Superman! Then down Ocean Parkway I fly. Over the cars, over the trees. Oop. There's a little kid in trouble right down there on the bicycle path. The biggest bully on the block, Bruce Frank, is trying to beat him up. This is a job for Superman! Hey! Bruce, cut it out! Oh yeah? Who's gonna make me? Me! Superman! And then, with my great super breath, I knocked him down right on his behind. Gee, Superman, says the little kid. Thank you. It's all right, little kid. Just remember. Quaker Oats and be a good kid. Well, a couple of days, just before Christmas, we're sitting down again at the breakfast table. But my parents, they're looking at me very, very seriously. Bobby, my father, why do you want this Superman suit? What a dumb question. To fly! He gets that look. And he is my mother. They look at each other like they're saying something just with their faces. Bobby says, Santa Claus said he's not giving away any Superman suits this year. I can't believe it. My stomach just drops right out of me. Why? Bobby, there was a boy in Canarsie. He tried to fly. Yeah, and I bet he was good. No, Bobby. Broke both his legs. Yeah, well, he didn't practice. I'm sorry, Bobby, says my mother. Santa Claus is taking no chances, no Superman suits. It's not fair. It's not fair. I won't hurt myself, I promise. It's not fair. Well, Christmas came. It rained. In the living room, there was Superman comic books. There was a Superman coloring book. There was Superman crayons. There was a Superman watch. There was a Superman puppet. There was no Superman suit.
They didn't mail the letter.
Why? Why was Santa Claus so mean? Well, I discovered a few years later when I was a man of 8 that Santa Claus and my parents might have saved my life. Yeah, sometimes the gift not given is the best gift of all. But I still want to fly. Every night I dream of flying over buildings and over cars. Maybe that's why I tell stories. You know, when I tell a story, I can go anywhere. I can go over mountains. I can go over oceans. I can go back in time. And even better than Superman, I can take you with me. So, everybody, say the words with me. Up, up, and away! I come from Flatbush. You want to say that word? Flatbush. Now, the authentic way to say it is Flatbush. Try it. Flatbush. Now you probably wonder, what is it? Well, it's flat. But it's more than that. For 50 years, Flatbush was home for the Brooklyn Dodgers. It covers half of Brooklyn. It goes from Prospect Park all the way out to the Atlantic Ocean. I've lived in many places. I've lived in Chicago. I've lived in Yonkers. I've lived in Massachusetts. But have I lost my Flatbush accent? I don't think so. No, but Flatbush stays with you for the rest of your life. And when I dream, what I dream of is Flatbush. I dream of Flatbush in the springtime, when the oaks and the elm trees turn into this green blur, and they shower me with these seed propellers that you can break in half and stick one half on your nose. Polynoses. I dream of Flatbush in the summertime,
and going to Zucker's candy store and the seltzer machine, and then sitting in the trolley car to the Coney Island Avenue trolley and smelling the sparks from those wires overhead. I dream of Flatbush in the fall, scuffing through leaves that are up to my waist, and then standing at the great big pile of leaves that Mr. Ray has raked up, and watching him light it. And I lean over and I smell that first sweet whiff of burning leaves. I remember Flatbush in the winter. 1947, 2 days after Christmas, snowflakes started to fall in the middle of the day. But instead of turning to drizzle, the temperature dropped. And by 6 o'clock, the snow was falling so hard they stopped the buses, and the cars were pulling over to the sides of the street, and dads with the fedora hats pulled down over their eyes pushed their way out and slogged home through snowdrifts. And the next morning, I woke up to a city I had never seen. It was white everywhere. Not a tire track, not a footprint. There wasn't a sound except the kids. We were all running out there onto Ocean Parkway, diving into snowdrifts, rolling around. Ocean Parkway was our playground. And then around supper time, we heard this, and we saw this white wave coming down on us. A snowplow. We grabbed snowballs and we ran at it yelling, "Get out of here! Get out of here! You can't come here! This is Flatbush! This is ours!" Well, this last October, I went back to Flatbush. Zucker's candy store is a dry cleaner's. And the Coney Island Avenue trolley, it's just a plain old bus. And the maple trees, they're fine. The elm trees are gone, dead from the blight. Leaves aren't great big piles anymore. They were just soggy things waiting to get swept up because you can't light leaf fires in city limits. I realized where I'm from exists only in my head. And now maybe in yours, too. So say it with me, authentically. Flatbush! Thank you.